Always great to catch up with the birthday boy, Alistair Overeem, now 38. Alistair, how are you?
38, you were getting up there. Thank you
Unbelievable.
for congratulations. But I believe I have to congratulate you as well with your new position.
Yes, thank you, Alistair. I appreciate that. We have come a long way, you and I.
We've come a long way indeed. Indeed.
Wow.
Veterans of the sport, right?
Well, you even more so than I. But how about that when we had that little thing on this show
I'm, I'm,
on the
I'm more boots around, but you're also doing a really important job.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. But you were turning 30 that day. Isn't that crazy? That was 8 years ago with the birthday king.
Time flies. Time flies. A lot of stuff happened in the meantime, right? Ups, downs, lows, highs, left, right. Yeah.
Unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. By the way, since you are somewhat connected to him, what was your reaction when you heard that Chuck is coming back? Do you think that this is a good move on his part?
Ah. I don't know. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on, right? He was working with the UFC doing promotional stuff. That
Yeah.
job got kind of shelved when the WME took over, so maybe it's a money issue. The other thing is, how old is Chuck again?
He is 48 or about to turn 48 this year.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what the thing is? Everybody is kind of staying younger longer, right? I notice it with myself. I mean, I'm in a phenomenal shape. Physically, I'm perfect. No injuries whatsoever. So everybody's kind of staying younger longer. But in his case, I mean, when was his last fight? It's been years ago now.
Yeah, 2010.
2010 was the last fight. So 8 years he didn't fight. If he would fight another veteran, but he should forget about fighting John Jones. That's just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, you've not fought in 8 years. You're on an age, and then you're gonna fight the number one pound for pound fight. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it
With
is
all
a
due
scare.
respect, Fred.
Does that kind of thing scare you, like saying goodbye and then the itch coming back? Because I can't imagine the feelings that you guys go through as you prepare and then the fight night. Do you think about that a lot? The end and how you're going to react to the end and what you're going to do post fighting. Is that something that's on your mind a lot?
Yeah, it has always kind of been on my mind. What to do, what else to do besides fighting. I actually had a severe injury lower back in 2012 around the Bigfoot fight, so that kind of accelerated that thinking. And you know that is a big crossroads, right? What are you gonna do? What do you enjoy? Because fighting and training for fight, preparing for fight is a lifestyle, and to switch that up is huge. It's huge, but he switched it up. He's been doing something else for the last 8 years. And yeah, apparently he's not. I mean, he's missing the fight game. Apparently.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not be too big of a proponent for the whole thing. But then again, if he would fight another big name and people want to see it, I mean, ultimately it's his decision, right?
Right. So let's talk about you here for a second, Alistair. What? Go ahead.
Personally, when I'm 48, I don't plan on fighting.
Do you have an age in mind when you're going to stop?
Yeah, a couple more years.
Couple more years. So 40?
Couple more years. Two, three, maybe four. But that's stretching it. But I'm still fit. And the older you get, the wiser you get, right?
Right. Of course. Yeah. Well, that's what they say. But it does get, when you get older, it gets a little trickier, right?
Yeah, but it does, and you have to think about the damage long term. Good thing about me is I took really good care of my body throughout my career, so I'm like pretty fit, zero injuries. I had one fight-related surgery, my elbows, bone splints. That's kind of minor. That's wear and tear. That's kind of normal for people that are training for 10 years. I've been training 25 years, competing 20 years. But no, the end is coming. It's the last couple of years, maybe 2, maybe 3, in a rare case, maybe 4. I'm still enjoying it. No, I just did a training camp in Thailand. I was there for 2.5 months. Loved it over there as usual. Actually planning to maybe move there in the future. Maybe
Wow.
build up my own team over there. So yeah. My thing is I just need to stick to the gym, be in the gym, even if it would be a coach of other fighters, other people. I love being in the gym. So that's a little bit the lifestyle, right? when we're talking about Chuck, yeah, what did he do? What to fill that void of competing and training and fighting? I don't know.
So you would consider actually like moving your family to Thailand and living there full time and building a team there. You like it that much?
I love it that much. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever
Wow.
been in Thailand?
I've never been. No.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's 1 second. My alarm went. No, it's awesome over there. It's I can highly recommend it to anybody. I mean, the training, it depends on which camp you go, but just the whole vibe, the energy, the people are friendly, the culture is magnificent, the country is beautiful. I really feel at ease in Thailand.
Alistair, when I asked you to be on the show today, I wanted to talk about your fight, your return. You haven't fought since December, but then on Saturday night, the MMA world exploded when they threw out the lineup for 225 during the broadcast on FS1, and you were on the prelims, and people were very upset, offended, couldn't believe that they would put a fight of this magnitude on the prelims. Did you know that before they announced it? And regardless, how do you feel about that?
Well, I was a little bit surprised about the decision, but yeah, when I think about it, I can see where the UFC is coming from. They want to build the women's featherweight division. My friend Holly Holm, of course, and teammate being a big name, so she shouldn't be on the prelims anyway. For me personally, I don't have a problem with the decision because it's going to be on free TV, might be bigger audience, right?
Yes.
And UFC. They understand the television stuff. I understand if there's going to be bigger, if there's going to be a bigger picture, it's all good. I'm just there focusing on my performance. Focus has been really high so far, and I'm just going to be putting my best energy to put on my best performance. And if it's on pay-per-view or free TV, that's the gentlemen at the UFC will have their decisions, their reason for the decisions. So that's all good.
I'm happy to hear you say that, Alistair, because I think this is a very 2008, 2009 way of thinking. You should want to be on free TV. More people, at least double, if not triple, the amount of people will see your fight now as opposed to it. Like, why would you want to be on pay-per-view where you know they're going to get maybe at most 300 to 400,000 viewers on FS1? In America alone, you're going to get, 800, 900,000, maybe even 1 million. So what's the difference? You don't get a cut of the pay-per-view anyway. Why would you care? I don't understand. Is it a prestige thing? I don't get it.
Well, that was my reasoning as well. People are seeing that as an insult, while I'm just seeing it as there's probably a business rationale behind that, and yeah, it's all good with me.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, I perform better the earlier of the evening. If it's all the way at midnight, I have to fight at midnight. I hate that anyways. So if I'm fighting at 6 p.m., that's perfect for me. Let me fight at 6 p.m. or even 4 p.m.
Get it out of the way, right?
I do. I prefer fighting at 11 a.m. that would be Japan, right, or Australia?
Right. Why is that day a chore for you? Just the clock not moving, you're just counting down the seconds?
What do you mean?
Like the later you fight, you're just kind of sitting around and waiting for the inevitable as opposed to fighting earlier in the day, you get it over with.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I just always, maybe I'm a morning person. I
Yeah.
just like to be I'm not definitely not a late evening person anyways. And then you have to calculate it. You have to sleep a little bit. You have to rest. So to me, I like fighting the sooner the better. You can enjoy the rest of the show. And I don't see it as an insult anyways. It's a business decision. They probably have the reasons. Bigger picture, right? All good to me.
We have not heard much from you, Alistair, since your fight against Francis. You've kept a low profile. Was there a reason for that?
Well, I believe that you should keep a low profile. I mean, it was a devastating loss. Let's be honest about it. It looked horrible. So to me, it was like, hey, let's just focus on rebuilding, getting back in shape, finding the pleasure in the whole thing again. Because of course, after a loss like that, it's not nice. It's not fun. All respect to Francis, he did a great job. I saw him fight for the belt after. It was also a nice performance by him. But then, you got to rebuild, and it's not the time to be all outgoing and this and that. And I like to kind of do my own thing. I had a really nice trip. I went to Dubai. I did some appearances there. Went to Australia. I had a appearance tour over there. Then I did training camp Thailand. Then I went to Bali, which was also training camp, some appearances. Back to Thailand. And then the next fight was announced. So I started prepping for Curtis. And short stop over in Holland. And now I'm in Albuquerque. The final 2 weeks left. So just focus on what you need to do. Stay positive. Good people around you. And, restart. Reset.
Considering how that fight went and how it was replayed over and over again leading up to his title fight, how do you feel about the loss? Like, is that one of the harder ones to take in, to digest? Is it one that you're still not over? Are you still feeling the effects of it? How do you feel about it after the fact?
Well, I don't really have a feeling about it. I've lost before. I've lost in shitty ways before. I've lost. There's been all kinds of losses. Because remember, I've been fighting for 20 years.
Yeah.
I believe I have 87, 88 fights or 86 fights or something. So you're going to have everything in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a special emotion with the loss. It was just a loss. It looked ugly. You got to reset, and then now we're back.
Have you ever been hit that hard before?
Maybe not.
Wow, that says
Maybe
a lot,
not.
considering all the people you fought.
Yeah, maybe not. This was the beginning of the fight, right? Fresh energy, full power, running into a punch, basically. So maybe not. Maybe not.
Wow. Are you able to watch it? Like, I'm sure people send it to you as social media can be, can be very cruel. Like, when you see it, do you watch it or do you try to ignore it?
I have zero problems watching that fight.
Wow.
Zero problem.
That says a lot about you.
No, but it is part of the sport, right? It's part of my job. I don't have. Yeah, it happened. Let's not forget. You're gonna have your highs. You're gonna have your lows. In the end, you're gonna embrace both of them.
Mm-hmm. Can't get too high. Can't get too low.
Well, rather very high and very low than monotone, right? If you're monotone, nothing
Sure.
happens. It's also boring.
That's true. And
No,
what about?
But again,
Go ahead.
yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but it's fighting. It's violence. I've never really had serious injury. Knock on wood. Hope that never happens. But this stuff happens in sport. You get knocked out. Yeah. So what?
And so that was actually my next question. Like, health-wise, did it take a while for you to recover from that, or was that typical to some of your other losses that you referred to?
I'm gonna tell you something. Walking out of the cage, I was not 100% because it kind of was still in the ways.
Yeah.
And then at the doctors, I asked my coach, "Hey, what the fuck happened?" And then he just explained, "Man, I was awake," and that was it from that on. No
Wow.
issues, no nothing.
So you don't even remember it?
The hit. No, when you get hit, you never remember it.
Wow. That's
But
pretty
right
incredible.
up until the hit, I remember it.
Sure,
I remember
sure.
throwing the left hook and really was in conviction, oh, this is going to hurt him. And then, boom, out. And then I remember medical check.
You fought both him and Stipe. Was that how you expected their fight to go?
Yes, actually I did.
How come? Because you didn't think that he would have the gas tank to go far with him?
No, because we just watched a lot of tape. And Stipe is really good with his game plans. He's really fit. We just analyzed, made a big game plan. Stipe executed it perfectly. I didn't. We had a slightly different game plan. But, Stipe executed perfect. He's a champ. For that reason, right? He's when I look at Stipe, he's a perfect executioner of his game plans because he does it every time perfect. On a JDS, on a Roy Nelson, on all these guys, on me, flawless. It's going to be really interesting to watch Stipe versus Cormier.
Yeah,
that's another challenge, another great fight, right? But
who's you picking that one?
Game plans. I'm going to go for Stipe, but
okay.
Not without a fight. not with other fighters. It's purely because Stipe is really good at analyzing, making game plans, executing the game plans. And Cormier is more a cardio beast, but Stipe also got the cardio. And I think Stipe's got slight weight advantage, just a little bit, but yeah, just a bigger man. But it can go either way, to be honest.
When you have a fight like that, how much time off do you take? How much time off do you take from the gym? Don't get hit. Let your body heal.
I think I was not in the gym for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
But you start easy. You're just playing around a little bit, lift a little bit, and then slowly the focus comes more on. And now we're doing everything right. We're just sparring, we're running, but in the beginning you just hang out in the gym and support other fighters, help other fighters do their thing.
When you were offered Curtis Blaydes, how much did you know about him?
Well, we spoke brief. We spoke a couple of times during the last card because he was on the same card in Detroit. Nice kid, hardworking kid, up and comer. Yeah, I like him. I like him as a person.
So no conflict there, no issues.
Zero conflict.
Did you see his last fight against Mark Hunt? And if so, what did you think of it? His performance?
Well, he's getting better, right? Every fight is getting better. And he's tough. Mark Hunt rocked him, but he just took it. He fights with a good plan. He's got excellent wrestling. His stand-up is improving. So he's coming up. He's one of those young dogs. How old is he? 26, 27, 28?
Yeah, he is young as far as, and even for the heavyweight division, I will confirm, but you're in that vicinity.
But seems
27.
A kid that is doing everything he can to make the most out of his career, and that's something I can only respect.
How do you feel about being in this role now of, maybe being booked against the younger guy to build him? Do you feel like you're being set up here to be a stepping stone?
Nah, no. Stepping stone. I just think it's going to be an exciting matchup. How am I going to handle his striking, his wrestling, his whole? He's a physically strong guy. How am I going to handle that? I'm not thinking of stepping stones. I mean, I got to be matched up against somebody, right?
Yeah.
Also availability. Who else is available? Who else is not available? Et cetera, et cetera.
Would it be a fair statement to say that he has never beaten someone quite like you? He has the loss to Ngannou. He has fought against Oleinik and Mark Hunt. The Oleinik fight was a bit of a weird one, but do you feel like he has never sort of climbed a mountaintop quite like you? He hasn't quite proven himself, or do you think that's unfair to him?
Well, that has also to do with age, right? I mean, he's relatively young, and how many fights does he have? He probably has like around 20 fights. I mean, I have 4 times the amount of fights, so of course my resume is going to be a little bit more, interesting, so to speak. He just needs to show more and do more and be more in there. I mean, some periods I had 6 fights in 3 months. The more exposure you have, the more people will see it and will know you. And he just needs to do that. Be more out there, fight more. Beat more names, and he'll get there.
But you're in Albuquerque now, right?
Yes.
Does John Jones show up to the gym? Do you train with him at all in preparation for this?
Yeah, sometimes he's at the gym. He's doing a little bit of his own thing.
Okay.
He's giving us advice here and there, left and right, but nothing special.
Okay. By the way, how did you celebrate? I mean, I know you're in the midst of training camp, but you don't have to cut weight necessarily. So how did you celebrate your birthday on Friday?
Oh, Friday. It was a nice day. Cooked steaks for the team, and I have a pretty good steak, if I may say so myself. And then in the evening, I took everybody out to dinner.
Wait, you did all this work? It's your birthday. They should be treating you.
I know.
What the hell?
I'm spoiling my team. And
wow.
They're used to it now, so I'm screwed.
You're so selfless. That's what I love so much about you. So you cook for them. And by the way, how do we cook our steak? Because I'm a extra well done kind of guy. Are you that same kind of guy?
I'm a medium rare guy.
Medium rare. Wow. So you like some pink in there.
Yeah, a little bit reddish. A little bit reddish, not
Jeez.
pink.
And you did it for everyone, just you, one man show.
No, it was like 10 people.
No, I mean you did all the cooking.
I mean, it's not that much work. Come on.
And what about your children, your wife? Like, do they come with you to Albuquerque, or are you alone?
No. They're in Holland.
Oh my.
By the way, I'm not married, but I have, it's my partner in crime.
Okay.
Danielle, and our 2 daughters. So they're based in Holland. Because of course, if you have your kids around, it's hard to do a fight camp.
Okay, so you're at peace with this. It's not.
You should know that as being a parent, right?
Yes. Right. Lastly, for you, Alistair, what about Netherlands and the World Cup? What do we think?
Oh man, I think everybody in Holland is over it.
Over it?
Following it because we're out.
They didn't make it?
They did not make it. And I'm going to give you another scoop. Our team is not there. So it's not looking good in 2 years either.
So you're telling USA, Italy, Netherlands. Netherlands didn't make it. What kind of World Cup is this? This is horrible. I might not watch.
Yeah,
they didn't?
Because the team is no good. And we also have to say we had a difficult qualifying because there was like, it's 4 in the bracket, right? And then we had 3 good teams, basically 2 other good teams. So they made it into the finals, and we just didn't make it.
Wow, that is depressing. Will you even watch?
I might go for is England in there, or USA is also not in there, right? So
yeah, they're not in
there. Another country. I might go for another country.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's tough when your home country's not there.
Yeah, sucks.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to bring that up. I am looking forward to seeing you back. June 9th, UFC 225. It's not only about CM Punk, by the way. Alistair Overeem's coming back. It's a big deal. You a fan of CM Punk, by the way, Alistair? You excited about this? Sharing a card with him?
Yeah, second time, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, hopefully it goes different for the both of you.
I'm curious what he's gonna do. I'm not really a hater, but his first fight was not a good performance. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on him, right? I'm sure he, maybe regrets the whole UFC thing. Probably. It looks maybe more easy than it is for real, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. What a great card that is, top to bottom. The fact that you guys are on the prelims just says so much about how deep that card is. And I commend you for taking the stance that it is not an insult. In fact, way more people are going to see that fight now. So that is good news if you're unable to pay for the pay-per-view. Always great to catch up with you, Alistair. It really is. And this was phenomenal stuff. Thanks for being so honest. And happy birthday to you once again. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there in Chicago.
Yeah, don't forget the present, huh?
Yes. I will have it wrapped and ready to go.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just checking. Okay,
thank you.
No, my pleasure. It was good to talk about. I'll see you in Chicago.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Alistair. We'll talk to you soon.